Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Uh, yeah. Okay, I think that's fine. That's not it. All right. Uh, so this is my basically my KO 15 tier list. Um, basically I'm just gonna do this before the next patch comes out. Goals on here, so I'm gonna use this template. I just want to go over a few things first before I get into it. So I have a bit of philosophy on this list. I don't know if you can read that properly, but so this is the KOF 15 tier list. So this tier list follows a specific philosophy when placing characters in terms of risk/reward. So this overall gauges not only potential with said character, but practicality as well. So S plus tier. Obviously get high reward from very low res. Most situations they get put into are usually in their favor, and miles above the rest of the cast. Also, let me get rewarded. Sorry about that. Also has very practical setups. I can link to those rewards. S minus has a few flaws, but overall still dominant match and get higher rewards and very low risk and practical tools to help them with. Overall balanced characters with some flaw. Overall balanced characters with some flaws that still have a strong presence with a few unique tools that give them the edge of the match. B, characters that might not have the best reward practicality for getting such reward, but don't get steamrolled by the higher echelons of the cast. Still have a solid presence in either neutral, offense, or defense. Risk/reward usually not in their favor. This is C, and overall toolkit excellent, overall less practical. D, risk/reward is barely in their favor, and when it is, it's usually very minimal. Practicality of characters also not completely viable. Makes them sorry. I cannot English right now. Makes them less reliable than the rest. Alright, so let's see here. Let's start with Kyo. Oh man, Kyo is at a solid A tier. He has good normals, good offensive pressure. He pretty much does the same thing they did back in 14, except he has more access to DX moves. His damage output is pretty high. It's not hard for him to get a lot of damage and good corner carry. So I will definitely say that he's definitely a A tier character. He's also does some pretty practical setups. He has really good punishes off of rolls. So yeah, overall pretty effective character. Let's see here. Next on the list is Gato S plus baby. Pretty much safe on a lot of his stuff. Basically has really high ass damage output. Is very can basically just get sweep into EX palm strike, which gives him like free Oki. He gets free Oki off of everything. It's pretty ridiculous. Only thing that might suck about him is that he kind of gets zoned out a little bit by some characters, but overall, like when he's in there, he's pretty potent. And he's also got some pretty safe special pressure and everything like that. The one thing that kind of sucks about him is that his some of his confirms are kind of weird. Like, you kind of have to EX it with him a lot to get like some meaningful confirms, especially off of like counter pokes and whiff punishes. But overall, he's still like really strong, and he has really good high damage rewards off of pretty much everything that he does. So yeah, that's pretty much Gato. He doesn't really also really take much risk. Like, you know, if he does EX Demon Flip, he's pretty much just plus, or usually slightly safe. So he doesn't really have to worry too much about getting punished. So that's pretty much it for Gato. Long. This isn't ordered, by the way. This is just me putting certain characters in certain places. Basically, she has really good cross-ups. She uses EX moves really well. Her pressure off of snake legs is really good. Her snake leg cancels are really good. Overall, normals are really good. I think her sweep is whiff cancelable, which really helps her out a lot. I think. I'm not too sure. A really good stand CD. Just covers everything. Is really fast. What is it? Snake legs are pretty safe. What else is there to her? Yeah, overall, just pretty. It's pretty annoying to deal with. Especially when she's mid or point. Is when she's really good. Especially when she has access to the meter. They overall buffed her from 14. She couldn't do so like her raw overhead cross up. Back in 14, she couldn't really do much outside of EX Super because she couldn't really get like, you know, anything because, you know, she didn't have EX available. So she had like EX mode a lot, but now in this game it's just free as fuck. Doesn't even matter. But yeah, it's pretty much still like really solid character. Kukri. I'm gonna put him at B tier. So Kukri is so B tier is like, we're gonna go back. Risk reward is usually not in their favor. Overall toolkit is, oh no, sorry. Characters that might not have the best reward practicality for getting a set reward, but don't get steamrolled. So I say to Kukri, when you get started with him, his reward is still like pretty good. Like, he still has stun combos. He still has you know, really good fireball. But overall, like, sand clones just got nerfed. They're not as active anymore. Their block stun is atrocious. So basically, you can't really like set up like crazy amount of stuff like you used to unless you EX. So it's pretty dependent on EX moves. So I'd say he's like, you know, I'd say he's like, he's not even, you know, how should I say? Like, he has some really good tools, but it's pretty tough to set up. He doesn't have some of the best normals. His jump CD is really good. We'll give him that. His jump CD is really good. His jump D is good. But overall, it's kind of like, you're kind of just like, you know, hoping that they either, you know, fuck up somewhere and roll, or that they just don't know what the hell you're doing when you're doing EX sound clones. But overall, still a pretty effective character. Even though after the nerfs, he's still doing some work. So I wouldn't sleep on Kukri. He's still like pretty good. Why the fuck are the boss characters in here? Andy. So Andy is like, He plays like the Shoto Fireball game pretty well. Senyikin, or the elbow, still pretty annoying to deal with. Kind of anti-airs pretty well. It's like a pseudo anti-air was. There's really nothing special about him. You know, his jump D is a really good poke. Jump CD is pretty good. It's not as good as King's though. Fireball game is alright. His EX Fireball not knocking down those kind of whack. I don't know why it doesn't knock down, even though it travels like pretty slowly. I don't know why it doesn't knock down. I think they might have nerfed something about his EX elbow. Like it doesn't like I don't think it like I think there was run route you could do 2 EX and Yikins and still follow up. I don't think you can do that anymore. Like in 14. So, but overall, like he's still pretty good. Just stance AD is pretty good for, you know, if you're trying to like space something out and trying to punish them. That's really good. Overall, pretty decent, but nothing to really write home about. Pretty average reward off of stuff. I think the one thing that might help him out is the air trajectory thing, where he can change his hop arc in midair. I think that's pretty good. But overall, he's kind of just average. I would say, as far as, you know, other characters, not the best normals when it comes to the other characters on top of him. So yeah. Let's see here. Robert. I don't know where to put Robert. I don't know where to put Robert. Robert. S or A? I'll put S minus. No, wait. Yeah, I'll put him here. Put him at kind of deciding. I don't know, because I don't know if Rock. I mean, I don't know if Robert's as good as Rock. I'm just gonna put him right here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put him right here. Yeah, S minus. I don't know how to put him. Really good frame traps. Good pressure off of you know, the quarter circle back kick. He just does that shit all day. You can't really like. It's kind of annoying to deal with. Good fireball, good DP. Does a shit ton of damage of like basic ass confirms. Good poking game. Stand B, crouch B, stand C, stand D. Basically all really good pokes. Gets good corner carry off pretty much everything. Even basic confirms, so there's that. Yeah, overall, really solid character. Really kind of, basically, most of the reward that he goes through, that he has, is like, he doesn't really have to risk a lot, like most other characters in the game. So, I would definitely say he's, you know, more S minus tier. Overall, like, I think he can. I think you can do the same thing as Rio, where you can do, you know, crouch, like sweep into Yegzen Redskin or Genyikin. I think it was the multi kick move. Command grab is pretty good. EX version juggles. So overall, pretty good stuff from Robert. Clark. Yeah, let's put right here. Clark has, you know, so it's kind of hard to get in, but once he gets in, it's pretty much like you're either guessing for your life, or what is it? He's forced to get into certain situations where it's like, do I mash or do I do something else? Like his hit and throw game is pretty effective. He has multiple command grabs. He has a running hit grab. His OS off punishing stuff is pretty good. His confirms off of anything is really good because he has anywhere juggle on his run grab. So I think he just struggles a little bit against some fireball characters, but overall he's just like, once you get past that, he's pretty much just, you know, he's just in your face constantly all the time. I think the one thing that kinda is holding him back is like EX Lariat Punch, the Gatling Punch. It's not really all that safe when he does it, which obviously it shouldn't be, because that would be ridiculous. Some of his far, like, mid-screen terms aren't all that great, outside of sweep into EX run grab. Some of his normals aren't as good as Clark's. I mean, Ralph's, sorry. I think of like the weird thing about him is like his closed D is like an overhead. But like sometimes when you're trying to OS and just trying to like get the throw instead of the you know, closed D, you kind of just get like basically screwed over, especially if they're matching. But yeah, overall still pretty effective. Can put you in the blender. If he puts you in the blender, you're pretty much just done. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Clark. Cronin. A tier. This list, just to keep in mind, isn't ordered, by the way, so keep that in mind. Cronin, pretty decent DP. It hits like all around him, even though it's not all that active. His stand C, his normals recover pretty damn fast. Like his crouch C, his forward A, his sweep, they all cover pretty fast. Sweep's plus on block. Not the best when it comes to close range pressure. So because he doesn't really have like any really good frame traps. The only thing that he really has is like, well, he has one frame trap, but he has like close A to close C. But overall, like if he's like outside of close A range, he doesn't really have much to go off of. So that's like one, like type frame traps to go off of. Like I think the other problem move that he probably has is like maybe like the plus on block move is like crouch A, but that doesn't really lead to much. And crouch C is kind of slow. And stand C is pretty slow, so it doesn't really lead to like, you know, really tight frame traps. But you know, overall, still really good catch outside of those like few nuances. The EX quarter circle back kick. The fact that it goes through pretty much everything that is a fireball is really good. Like it even goes through EX super projectiles, so that's really good. Um, yeah, what is it? His Oki is really good as well. He gets really good Oki off of stuff. If you can set stuff up right in the corner, he's pretty much, you have to respect it. Like crouch C, what is it? Like stand, like jump CD, and he jumps back, and he does EX, either EX or heavy fireball, the flame carpet. Uh, Pretty much have to respect it. Um, Overall, he has some pretty good cheeky resets too. What is it? His resets into crouch B. No, his resets into a heavy quarter circle back kick. Is pretty good. Leaves him plus. I think he can actually beat certain slow DPs. I have to check that out actually. Don't quote me on that. But overall, so like pretty good character. Does a lot of damage with the meter. Like level 2 Glock just fucking melts a health bar. Like it doesn't matter who it is, you'll just die. And the fact that his DP is super cancelable into that, like makes him really dangerous to jump into. Like really scary shit to jump into. So it's very like it's like he's literally just, yeah, it's a risk if it whiffs because DB's hitbox isn't all that great horizontally. But holy shit, if it hits you, you're gonna bleed. Like it's really potent. I think the risk reward there is like really like heavy in his favor if he gets it. Overall, really solid. I don't. I wish his jump A and jump C weren't as slow, but his jump B and his jump D are pretty good. So I think what makes jump A like pretty good though is that the fact that they can't really like they have to still respect it even though you're still blocking. Like you could still probably hit confirm off of it even if you didn't hit it like deep in. And said the same with jump C. I just wish it just wasn't as slow though. So that's kind of like a knockoff. If it was faster, then I could probably put him, you know, if it was like multiple overheads, then I could probably put him S tier. But it's not like that, so it's not. He's at A tier for now. I mean, he's still really solid. So not a character you can sleep on. All right. So what's next? So I play this character along with Gato on Hell. So she sorta kinda sucks. Emphasis on the sorta kinda. Like yeah, she can really put you in the blender and she can really do some damage. But a lot of her stuff is like pretty just fake. Like, what is it? Some of her race sets, you can just grab her out of it. Like the guard cancel setup, you can just roll out of, and I think we can get like a whiff punish on her or like a throw punish. So just making her spend more meter overall. Fucking horrendous neutral, probably one of the worst characters in neutral in the game. Like legit, it's like shit that's usually punishable by the rest of the cast. Like she can't even punish, or she can't get a good punish off of it. Overall, like not the best of frame traps. Like she has a frame trap, but it's like a 5-frame gap, and it's pretty much just like not good. It's just like it's either it's either crouch A or close B to like close C, and that's just like that's like a 5-frame gap. So I pretty much like anyone in the cast can just mash on it. Especially if I have like a fast ass jab like Ness and Gato, aka the privileged characters, the 4-frame privileged characters. Um, but also it's just like for neutral, it's just fucking terrible. It's like the worst ever. EX Red Sky and Red Sky in general is just like really bad. Like she literally just forms a giant ass hurt box around her when she does that move, and it's just like, why? Like, why is that? Why is that a thing? And its hitbox is really shitty. Like, you can't even catch like people jumping in the air with it. It's just overall like really bad. It's also like, also her counter super is just terrible. Like that's just the worst. You're literally better off just using EX Rambo super or the climax or reversal or guard cancel, because that super is legit just fucking cheats. Um, but yeah, like she sort of kind of sucks. Like when she gets you in the blender, like she can really do some damage, especially when you set it up right. But you know, that's like if you set it up right, because getting in is like a struggle, and you know it's really not feeling good with certain characters in this game. Yeah, it's kind of bad. It's rough out here for Angel. Like I didn't really want to believe it at first because people were telling me it's like I don't know about Angel. It's like I don't know either. But I was playing the character more. And it's like yeah, she definitely is not the best. It's definitely like I wouldn't even consider her viable right now. Like she needs like a few more things to, you know, be viable. Like the only reason why I'm putting her here is because she has like those few good things, like the blender mix, and I, you know, obviously you know the double jump, the jump A to jump down D overhead mix up. Overall, it's like her overall toolkit is still holding it back from making those things being more potent. So let's see. Yeah, she's the first C tier in the game. Shune. Where I want to put them. Not ordered, by the way. This tier list is not ordered. They're just in here. They're just in there. What else? So Shune, overall pretty much is nerfed. But he still does stuff pretty well. You know, you still can do certain things off of EX. What is it? The EX Blue Palm. He's still like overall pretty solid. They didn't really nerf much about him from 14, except for like EX Rush Punch not doing a ground bounce and not doing a wall bounce anymore, which is understandable. It's still pretty much a little bit safe in this game, so not really like the biggest of deals. But overall, you know, not really as strong as it was in 14 because of that. His juggles aren't as good as before either. Like you can't really do you know, EX DP into another DP into like a hard knockdown from crouch circle back C, because quarter circle back C is slower, either slower or DPC version doesn't you know, lift them up as high. So that's his overall kind of issue. Also the fact that EXDP isn't involved anymore, which I don't know why it isn't. Concerning the fact that, you know, some characters in the game right now. Like, you know, they could do like EX, not EX DP, but like another like a specific DP and get or off of it. Yeah, but overall, kind of just pretty basically nerfed. His level 3, I think it's more narrow now. It's not, it doesn't have hit as horizontal as before, but I guess it hits behind him better now, so I guess that compensates for it. Like, they moved all the horizontalness to the backside, I guess. But overall, still not as effective as it was back then. So shit, I have like more characters to go through. Antonov. So I don't know what it is, but I think a lot of people just sleep on this character. Like, people say he's kind of like whack, but he literally just robs the fuck out of you with like one or two normals, and you're basically going back into his game, like his own gameplay. And he's also like really good at pressure, surprisingly. Um, like, even though he doesn't have like an overhead, like a sweep, like a traditional sweep, like you will still get hit by the overhead, and the fact that it hits like really far away, uh, basically it's just like, holy crap. The fact that you can set it up into like OTG's super is also pretty good. Yeah, he's overall still like a menace. I think it's better overall because of EX moves being available to him. His jump CD got nerfed pretty badly because that shit used to hit everywhere. Now it barely hits like, what is it? Now it doesn't even like hit like crouching opponents. Sometimes they don't even hit like certain standing opponents like Chris or some shit. But yeah, like he still deals a lot of damage and still just robs the fuck. Like, he just robs the fuck out of you in this game. Like, legit, like EX whale punch into either EX super or new super in general. Like, he just does so much raw damage from that shit. It's actually ridiculous. So that's what keeps him in the game, I believe. Also, the fact that he has some pretty good pressure off and stuff. You know, Scratch B, is Stand B, Scratch A. Like, you can't really punish him because he's just so damn far away, and his normals are so goddamn big. So there's that about him. That's what makes him pretty good. Sometimes it's not always in his favor though. Like, his DP kind of sucks, but you know, he's like a big body with a DP, so that's something you still have to watch out for. And you can get a juggle anywhere off of it if you just decide to like not respect it. So yeah, and it's fully involved, unlike Shune. So I'd say it's better than Shune at least. Where the fuck? Hold on. So King. Yeah, we'll put King S tier. Really good, S minus tier. Not ordered, by the way. So yeah, King, good fireballs. EX crack shot is now not trap shot. Yeah, trap shot I think it was. Is now fully invul. Pretty much still annoying with buttons. Her new overhead kick is really good for her. She gets some really good mileage off of that. EX moves lead to a shit ton of damage. You know, like raw EX tornado kick. Basically, if you get hit by that, you're getting comboed. Overall, juggles are much better. I think in one weakness is like when, what is it? Like when characters get in on her, it's kind of hard for her to mash out of stuff. So she has to risk getting rolled out, or, you know, doing a like hitting a button because they cover pretty slowly. But overall, like offensively wise, it's pretty solid. Um, Outside of like overhead, she doesn't really have much mix-ups. Outside of like, you know, the basic high low mix-up. Hops. But overall, it's kind of like whatever. Not really the best mix-up game, but you don't really need to be mixed up when you're like giving people, you know, the venom strikes from goddamn mid screen. So yeah. Uh, he's not in this game yet. Maxima. Oh shit, wait. You know what? Actually, no, fuck that. Maxima. Maxima, right now, he's actually kind of dumb. Like, he's actually stupid. Like, I've gotten hit by some dumb shit by Maxima. You literally have to respect, you have to respect EX, the TKEX Vapor Cannon, the Air Vapor Cannon, because you're either gonna get hit, right, and get an instant overhead, which is like one of the fastest in the game, and he recovers super quick too, and he can get a safe jump off of it, I believe, or some Oki, some good Oki too. And he just like, he literally just what is it? He has good ass buttons. His jump CD is still really good. His stand D is really good. He has armor on some of that shit. Crouch B is good. Down forward C is like a Hail Mary, but if you get hit with an anti-air by that shit, you're gonna die. Pretty much. He has command grab. He has a one slow, one fast. He also has, you know, EX, you know, hit grab, which, you know, it's fast as fuck. The charge move, it's literally just like a better Brian tackle. It's literally just a better Brian Battler tackle. Because Brian used to be like, you know, like hella unsafe on that shit. This motherfucker just spaces that shit out, and he's like either like slightly minus or just like even on block. Shit, I think even fucking, you could probably be plus two, like maybe. I have to check about that. The one kind of weird thing about him though is that like you can't since quarter circle forward, no, since C Vapor Cannon, the heavy version, is no longer, you can no longer combo into it. It's kind of plus, but it's also kind of like redundant because, you know, it already has good pressure anyways. Vapor Cannon into lights, and I believe quarter circle, what is it? Down forward C, or is it down forward A? Was the command move? Like, that's no longer a true block string, so you can DP out of it. But it's kind of hard to DP out of it because it's kind of like a really specific string. But yeah. Still, outside of those two things, it's still really fucking good, and he gets really good reward boss stuff. Yeah, he's like really good. Also, he has some really good cross-up buttons, and the fact that he's one of the few characters in the game that can do jump, that can just hop and do you know, mix-ups on you, like hop cross-up mix-ups. Like one of the very few characters left in the game that can do that. It's fucked. It's kind of fucked. All right, let's go here. Rio. B. Like, alright, so Rio, I mean, he's kind of like the same thing like Andy, but I think he has worse tools than Andy. I mean, this list is not ordered, but I'm just gonna put Rio right here. Uh, yeah, he's still like, he has some stuff. Um, the one thing that just doesn't really work with him, honestly, like they took away some of his juggles in the corner, which I don't know why they did that. Um, like EXDP is super fast, but I don't know if it warrants like him having those specific nerfs to it, because you can't even do like, you couldn't even do like you know, like C quarter circle forward into DP, for that matter. Also, the recovery on his low parry is like worse now, so you can't even really like pressure anybody into like making a mistake or just being slightly safe. Um, he, yeah, I don't know. Like EX Fireball just kind of like, it kind of just sucks because he used to have like, you know, this John, what is it, like this Fireball, right? And I mean, I don't know if it was worth the trade off to have an actual EX Fireball, since it doesn't really lead in so much in the corner, and the overall damage on it is kind of like, you know, whatever. Um, and then the fact that it still gets like snuffed out by some of the better projectiles in the game, it's kind of not worth it. Uh, but yeah, he's kind of just like, uh, yeah, it's like it's kind of like, ugh, it's just really annoying. To, you know, play as him. I was playing him for a bit. It's also just, he doesn't really have much outside of overhead and um, you know, just overall frame traps to open somebody up. And you know, he has harder confirms than, you know, Robert does, so he has to commit to actually confirming his shit. Unlike Robert, who just does quarter circle back kick all day and is basically safe. Yeah, it's overall his reward is, I think it's still pretty solid, but he's just not as, she's not as like strong as it could be, especially with like his fireball not being as wide as it was back in the previous games. Like you can basically just hop over that. You basically just like full jump over that shit. You can still hit them out of it, which is kind of whack. All right. Who else now? Elizabeth. Yeah. Yeah. Anywhere juggle off of her supers. Really good pressure. Fireballs are pretty good. Good ass normals. Stand D, stand CD. Crouch B. Jump D. Jump B. Jump CD. You know, really good for pressure and really good for keeping characters out. Really fast overhead. The EX version of that can pretty much get a hard knockdown of stuff, pretty much everything. Good ass, you know, anti-airs with their special moves, like the reflect and everything like that. Yeah, overall can reflect projectiles back, so that makes her pretty damn good, especially against certain characters. Yeah, like solid character, like very good character. She doesn't really have much weaknesses either, as far as, you know, like what she can do. She's overall just really good. Really fast buttons too. Like, what is it? I'm pretty sure you could get, like, her pressure is really strong. Like, the fact that she can do like the crouch B into the the wave palm thing, like a quarter circle back punch, and the fact that she could, like the fact that she could whip crouch B into that, and like it just makes pressure like really good, because basically you now have to like deal with this bullshit, and if you decide to even jump the crouch B pressure, she can really just like pull that shit on you, and you'll just like get hit. So that's really good. Ash. Put him at B tier. Yeah, Ash overall. Like, I think he's okay right now. I think he still blows you up. The problem with him is that he needs meter for it, and that really limits his positionings to like either anchor or mid. Um, I don't really know, like, if some of the wards are even worth it or not. But overall, when he hits you or he does certain setups and everything, uh, I think it's definitely worth like learning. Um, like his DP, his flat kick's pretty good. Um, some of his normals are kind of iffy. Like Stancy's kind of whatever. Sandy's pretty good as an anti-air, but as an overall poke is like whatever. The fact that his I think it's a six. I think it was a 6B or whatever. I think what it was, or something like that, or a 6 something. Um, that overall just kind of like I don't know why they did that, but they used to be like a bit plus back in 13. Now it's not plus anymore. Like the forward moving like so bad kick that he had. But yeah. Um yeah, is just overall I think it's still pretty effective, but I don't think its pressure is as good as it used to be. I think has a big improvement when it came to replacing the that Bon Voyage move that he had back in 13, where he just like basically just got hit. The fact that you can still hit people and shit out of there with it. I mean, it's still unsafe, right? Like the new version of that move, but the fact that it leads to like jumples and stuff is pretty good. So overall, I think he's like okay. I think like maybe a few things can make him better, but overall, I don't really see him like I don't really see him struggling much when it comes to beating characters. Like, yeah, sure, maybe his normals aren't all that great outside of like stand CD and jump CD, but um overall still like pretty good. And if you get like the right setup with him, like with EX like Flame Kiss, I think he'd be pretty damn good. Um, yeah, but I don't think his pressure is as good as it was in, you know, maybe like 13, maybe, because he's like that show was just free. The forward traveling so bad kick. Now it's not free anymore. But yeah, Yori. Uh, Fuck. I actually don't know. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him A tier. A tier. So I'm gonna be hella controversial here, but the only thing that's keeping Yori from being like S minus or S plus even is the nerf to command grab and standee being slower and like cross up kick not being as good, like Taco not being as good. But overall, he literally is like the same exact goddamn character, and probably even better, maybe. Like in some aspects, because like he literally has OTG half circle back, and he gets really good Oki off of that, pretty much everywhere. Um, he now can cancel from close. He now can cancel his close D into special moves. He can now do basically close C to forward B, which he never had before. I think he only had it like 2001 or some shit. But overall, that's really good. Um, the fact that he is like, still some pretty strong, solid, pressure, everything like that. Uh, like makes him really good. Um, but yeah, he's still. I'd say, like, I think people just don't really want to play him right now because it just overall doesn't feel. He's not known. He's not known to doing the things that Yoda is known for doing, like the cross up stuff and all that shit. But in other aspects, he's like really good, you know. Um, and he still does Yori things. Like he's not doing Yori things. He literally would still, like all the Latin American players are still doing fucking hyper hop jump C with him all day. Like it doesn't matter. But yeah. That's it for Yori. Shermie. I wasn't too clean. I wasn't too keen on Shermie. I thought she was kind of weak. But, her rewards off anti-airs are fucking proving me otherwise, but holy shit. Like, her EX Air Super has a really good hitbox. Her crouch speed goes really far, and leads to a lot of damage. Overall rewards off of stuff, she's just like a really high damaging character. When she has meter, and when she doesn't, she can still put you in like a pseudo blender, kind of like Clark. She has like a really good jump C that crosses up because that ass is so thick. But yeah, overall, still like a pretty good character. Not as good as the other characters above her, but yeah, she's like, really good. She gets really good rewards off of stuff. Anti-airs, sure. Her Shermie catch move, the leg grab move, that shit leads to a lot of damage. And it leads to really good Oki too. So, there's that. Yeah. Overall, still a really good character. Dolores. Let's put these 5 fuckers over here first. I don't need these 3. I don't need these 3 right now. Though my man Billy going with like the shirtless tuxedo. Man's trying to get some pussy. This. Yeah, this is the good position. Yep. Yep. Dolores. Really fucking good. Surprisingly. I thought she wasn't all that great. She literally can do whatever the hell what she does. You can either play her either way. You can either play her like close up, You can either harass people with like, you know, the sand, the mud buddy, just poking the hell out of you. She literally has like pretty much everything she needs to be effective at any range. Her defense is really good. I think her offense is alright. Like, her offense isn't as good as her defense, though. Because it's like, she has, like, like some of her command that's pretty slow, except for level 1, because I think that's instant. Some of the resets that she tries to do off of, like, EX, sand teleport aren't all that great. But defensively, she's, like, insane. Like, the reverse DP kick is, like, really amazing. Like, it has a really good hitbox. The fact that it hits on the ground now, pretty recently changed from the old version, is, like, really good. EX pillar being good. Overall damage output is really good. Her confirms are insane. Her crouch B to forward A confirms pretty much just hits anywhere. And the fact that forward A travels so damn far is really good. I also believe her stand C is disjointed a little bit when she does it, and she can cancel into it. Like, overall, she does like a lot of damage. She does like a lot of really good things all at once. But yeah, she really punches the hell out of you for hopping. Oh shit! Wait, the music's gone. Hold on. Let's do this one. All right, back to that shit. Let's see here. Yeah, overall, back to Dolores, still really good. Like, still like really like, potent. She does hella damage off everything that she does, pretty much. And she has some good offensive potential. She sets it up right, but it's not as good as the other ones. It's not as good as the other characters that are on this tier. She's pretty good defensively though. She's really good at baiting you on mistakes and stuff. You try to like jump over, Mud Buddy, and oh, guess what? You die to, crouch to your reverse DP kick. Yeah. Let's see. This fucking asshole. Yeah. We're gonna put him here. Fucking dick. Holy shit. It's like Joe touches you, and you just automatically get stunned. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, if you play like against really good Joe, like no bullshit Joe, like the Joe that knows how to do a stun combo type of stuff, which I'm pretty sure every competent Joe player can know how to do. Like, it's pretty much just game over. His fireball game is probably the best in the game. He has really quick recovery on that shit. He's like, his tiger kick is like amazing. The fact that he gets juggles off of golden heal and can still confirm off of it if he's in the corner, like, holy shit. That is like, you can get some really good damage off of it too. And the fact that people are just like, now starting to notice about that, I'm just like, god damn, what took y'all so long? And it's just like, holy shit. He gets juggles off pretty much anything. Like, Joe was really goddamn good. And his pressure is goddamn amazing. Like, legit, he gets, like, when he has you in the corner, it's like you're playing against SF4 Sagat vanilla. It's like you can't jump anything, or else you get DP'd. It's like you either have to like guess he's gonna fuck up, like you have to have the hardest read. You have to like make sure that he's trying to like not bait you out or anything. Uh, to like try to catch it, but even then, it's still hard to do. It's like holy shit. His stand D is good. Um, his stand CD and his jump CD are really good, like really far reaching. Jump CD is really fast. Um, like really good tech throw setups too. Off of shit. Let's see here. What else does he have? Good ass pressure, amazing pressure actually. But yeah, overall it's just like the character's just insane. Like he is really fucking good, and the fact that stun combos are just everywhere and just so much goddamn damage off of it is ridiculous. And this reset potential off of that shit is also really scary. So there's that. Let's see here. Let me pick something random. I'm gonna close my eyes. Ah, it's my man's. It's my fucking man's. Cherry fucking Bogard. One right here. Yeah, so Terry. So Terry is like, people are just complaining about VRT and shit, right? So here's the thing though. Like obviously, when it comes to certain characters, like obviously Vanessa is really strong, Gato is strong, Ralph was obviously strong. We're gonna get to that bastard in a minute. Where is he? I see him right there. But people are just like, they just see Terry and it's like, holy shit, he's doing so much damage. He does like, he has like really fast overhead. You know, burn knuckles like safe, or plus unblock at times. But I'm just like, you know, outside of those things, like the rest of his toolkit is whatever. Like, yeah, they're really strong in the obnoxious bullshit things, but it's like his frame traps aren't all that great. EX Power Wave, like you try to do the guard crush string, and most likely you're gonna have my anchor anyway, so it's gonna be like really impractical to even set that up sometimes. But it's like, you know, if you're like, especially if you're anchor, like unless the opponent has no meter and they have no reversal, right? Like, it's basically like they're not gonna let you do that. They're gonna either guard cancel or, you know, roll out or DP out. Like the only frame trap that he has is like close A, crouch A to crouch C. That's pretty much it. And doesn't even get like the good reward off of that if it was up close. Overall, like there's some things about Terry that are just like, you know, like why aren't you putting him higher? Why aren't you putting him in the S plus tier? And it's like, nah, I think there's a few characters that are better than Terry. Overall, like they just have more obnoxious shit than Terry does. And Terry isn't getting like, Terry's not doing like crazy shit like Joe or Gato does, where he does like, you know, like really save fireball pressure or getting rewards off of goddamn sweep into OGG. Like Terry doesn't have that. Like yeah, he still does like a shit ton of damage. It's like a truck, but overall he's still doing like, he's still like hitting it with honest shit. Like it's not like he's not getting, you know, like rewards off of nothing, which is a character we're gonna get into soon. But yeah, like still kind of resource intensive, but overall he's still like really good. So like despite the like some of the weaknesses he has, which I think are pretty prevalent and nobody talks about it. He is still like really good as far as you know, some pressure strings, some block strings. Normals are still really solid. Uh, what is it? Quarter circle back. With bird knuckle still really good. Uh, rising tackle is pretty good. Power dunk is still really great. The fact that it juggles now is also really great. The power dunk having guard point is also good. So there's that. But yeah, overall, like, still like one of the best characters in the game, and that's why I play him because he's also my man's. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For Mr. Bogart over here. Let's see here. Chris. Honestly, the only reason why Chris is here is because Gem City is still kind of a bit dumb, but it wasn't as stupid as it was before, but it's still like a bit of a problem. And his you know, his confirms off supers into like other setups are pretty good. And his did that the punch into the kick follow up move. I think it's quarter circle back kick into, I don't know, I forgot which one it was, but I think it was his quarter circle back punch, where he does the slide. That's pretty much like one of the only things that is keeping him around. Other than that, he's kind of just like, and I guess his tech though is really good too because he has like a really fast block speed. But other than that, he's kind of like whatever. His DP sucks. It's just not good. It's like he just plays annoying, right? He doesn't really like play like the way Chris is played now. He doesn't really play like solid anything. Like he just like annoying, and he tries to gimmick you the hell out, and he doesn't really have anything like concrete or solid to back it up. That's just like its problem right now. As a character, like he just plays like kind of just like off gimmicks and shit, and like you trying to get him to respect. He tried to play off you trying to get him. So like he's trying to get you to respect him, right? But mostly overall, it's like the way he just plays and the way he tries to reset pressure. It's kind of pointless, especially when you have like guard, when you have like meter and stuff. It just becomes less of a problem overall. But yeah, that's pretty much Chris. Fuck Chris, by the way. I don't want this character to be good. Who else I want to go with? Let's see here. A tier. Dinosaur. Literally just honestly just presses shit and just wins. In neutral sometimes. It's like, oh, you hit a button against them, oh, guess what, die. His armor command grab is really good. His crouch A is goddamn ridiculous. It's amazing. That shit hits really far. Can combo into EX claws into full combo. The fact that he has a DP now is really good. His back A now being, I think it was back C or whatever. I think it was back C. This back scene now being like better for juggling, that's really good. The fact that you can max mod into it now is also really good. The improvements to his bite super, and which now just like knocks you down now, or just like it makes you stay in place. That helps him out like a lot. Uh, the fact that that the claw move still on the second hit, it's still OTGs and you can still do stuff off of it, makes him really good and dangerous. To just like not roll or anything off of him. Overall, let's see here. What else is really good about him? His close, his jump B is really good. His jump B is really good. His stand B is really good. Stand C are really good normals as auto guard. But yeah, really good stuff. Like overall, he's just a solid grappler. He's not as like vortexy as Clark is, so it's not really like as potent as Clark is, but he still can put you into like the blender with just like frame traps and other stuff. But yeah, grab rage is really good too. OTGs will help him out. Yeah, overall, just great character. I don't really think he's like broken though. He's still overall just pretty solid. Like, he doesn't really have anything broken. And he kind of struggles against some projectiles. But other than that, it's kind of like a grappler thing. So, can't really, do anything about that. Let's see. Bitch ass Rock Howard. Fuck. Fuck, I don't know where to put him. I don't know. Wait. Nah. I was gonna put him S minus, but no, I don't see him. I don't see him as good as those other characters. He still has some dumb shit, like really dumb shit, like the fact that he can do crouch, like what is it? The C knuckle is C burn knuckle into what is it, into Rapukin, and he can still fucking get pressure off of it, and he can still do it against Antonov, which is like a truly like a true block string. That's fucked up. But like, there's other shit about him that just like, alright, like crowd, C burn knuckle isn't safe. Like most of the swallow ups after the command dash aren't safe. Like that's kind of what's holding him back. If that shit was all safe, then that'd be a fucking problem. But like, jump CD is goddamn obnoxious. Stand 2D is really good. Crouch C is an amazing anti-air. What is it? Rapukin is one of the best projectiles in the game. Light Rapukin anyways. What is it? He has like, pretty much overall just pretty solid buttons. Jackass. His crouching confirms got better because of the forward A change. And like the fact that you can still get shit off of you need like 25% damage, like You get like 28% damage off of like some fucking lows and no meter, some bullshit. And they're good lows. It's like really easy hit confirmable lows. It's not like, you know, tear or anything. It's like, and it leads to a hard knockdown, and it leads to good corner carry. Like the only thing that's holding him. Hello? What's up?
There's something in the front of the house for you.
What is it?
I don't know. Fuck.
What?